help bring Janai McMichael Rogers home, y'all. On the 11/12 of this month, it'll be 18 months. Our girl has been missing, so help bring her home. All right, we're gonna start off like this. What's happening? What up? What it do? That's for sure. But everybody in my city say, what up, doe? What up? What up, doe? What up, doe, y'all? What's going on with y'all? What's going on with you on this Tuesday, the third day of the second month of the year 2026, you know? Let me just go on and hop right into the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976, allowance is made for the fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use, y'all. It's in effect, fair use. It's under the copyright disclaimer under Section 107, Copyright Act 1976, if you would like to go check it out. Shell Baby, salute, salute. Shell Baby 92 with the wrench. Thanks for pulling up on yours truly. And the biggest M, I know, you know. She, Big M is gonna dealing with a lot, you know, guys, with her family. Everybody continue to pray for her. She'll be back, 100% when she can be back, you know. Until then, we just gotta keep her in our prayers, you know, cause that's my favorite M and biggest M I know, you know. Shout out to my replay gang. Let us know what you think. Leave us a comment. Let us know your opinion. We can agree. We can agree to disagree. But it's grown folk talk over here. It's all positive. We're grown. We can agree to disagree. You know, everybody coming in and out of the live. Kindly take whatever finger you would like. Real smooth, like, real cool, like, and tizzy tap on that thumbs up button for yours truly in the biggest M I know, you know. And then on the right, there's some emojis, some hearts. I think it's like a laugh face, 100, and like a confetti. You know, tap on those, you know, help me, help YouTube notice me. Tap on those for your girl. Share the live in my tickety-tockety voice. Share the live in my TikTok voice. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. It's free 99. It's free 99. It's free to subscribe. Oh, but we do have the luxury. If you would like to become a member, you know, me and Big M agree. It's real cold in the D-ski, y'all, and you might want to grab you a green jacket, and I must say you would look so much better in green over here. That's just our opinion. It don't matter, but it's neither here nor there. You're still welcome, you know? Oh, and my bush watchers. Yeah, I see y'all up there. I see y'all. You already know what to do. Shell Baby, salute to you again, you know? Shell Baby with 92 with the wrench. This is one of my number one riders. Ride or die. You know, she's been with me. She's been a real one walking with me. We've seen a lot of them fall, huh, Shell Baby? A lot of them fall through the cracks. Crazy work, and it's only been 90 days. But I can say this. Shell Baby is a real one. Black Luna 313. Hey, have it... No, it is not. We actually got some snow and super cold today, so no, nothing's thawing out, you know. It's February 3rd, usually about first, second week of March. It might start again, definitely. Why do you ask that, Black Luna? But yeah, y'all. Salute to y'all on this Tuesday. Make sure y'all, just engage and support your girl by just hitting the thumbs up and just showing love. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all love over here. It's real over here. And, most importantly, it's real smooth over here. Real cool over here. And real true, you know? So, y'all, I just wanted to talk about this real quick. So, you know, in court cases, we call it the smoking gun. The smoking gun, you know, I remember this was embedded into me in the O.J. Simpson case, because he had 1,000 smoking guns, and he still got found not guilty, but in a court case, a smoking gun refers to evidence that is so strong and direct that it virtually proves a key fact, usually guilt or liability, without needing in reference. More precisely, it is highly incriminating evidence that directly links a party to the alleged act. The term is metaphorical, originally implying someone caught holding a pew pew that just has been fired. A smoking gun is not a legal standard or formal evidentiary category, but a rhetorical and analytical concept used by lawyers, judges, jurors, and commenters. So, we all know the smoking gun. In every case, you know, we've watched Snapped, we've watched Forensic Files, we've watched all that good stuff. Law and Order. They're like the smoking gun. You gotta have the smoking gun. So, you know, and when it comes to this law stuff, because we are uneducated, so like we really don't really know like 100% like the MC laws, like down to the nitty gritty, down to the nitty gritty. We think we know, and we talk about what we think we know. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I was singing. Okay, okay, okay. I feel you. I feel you. And thanks for pulling back up on me, Luna 313. Are you from Detroit? Is that where the 313's at? Because that's our area code. Everybody in the 313, throw your motherfucking hands up and follow me. Hey! 8 Mile, you know, Eminem, good old. Everybody in the 313. It's on here. I'm on 7 Mile. Okay, okay. You on 7 Mile, like on the east side, or going towards like west side? Like 7 Mile and Ross, that's Harper Woods, but like, or are you going more towards like Puritan and Schoolcraft and over there that way? But shout out to the D, shout out for Detroit in the building. Okay, interesting. But yeah, shout out to Detroit. I love when my fellow Detroiters pull up on me. And Big M. Big M's from the D-Ski. Big M is from the D-Ski. So, I want to know, for our girl Naziah Harris, what's the smoking gun? And I know, they only giving us a little bit, you know, at the prelim, but without a body, And I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to say this from experience. I don't know if it's different in judicial court. I don't know if it's different in like the judicial family court. In like in family court, you cannot use any police report. You cannot use a police report in family court. Another thing, text messages in family court. My lawyer, again, I've been through it. I know from experience. They were not admissible because, again, it came from that number. But unless there is a video, and that video is really high grain and can zoom in and can watch that person twiddle their little fingers real smooth like, real cool like, and type that message and have it very clear on camera, you cannot say without a doubt. We already have doubt. What messages were coming from Shannon? What ones were coming from Naziah? That's not hard. That's not smoking evidence, y'all. Text messages are not as powerful as you think. And in my opinion, when we were reading about the text messages, we noticed the defense asked Shannon. Hold on. We noticed that Shannon had to read some messages, right? And then also, they asked Shannon Jones, the lead investigator, were those messages deleted? There was a method behind that. Why didn't they ask that every time when they read the text messages? They didn't, because we're about to take a gander. They only asked it specifically at certain times. And there's a method behind it. Because in my opinion, when we hear them ask, and are those messages deleted? No. Are those messages deleted? Yes. Those messages deleted are Shannon deleting messages. That's what I believe. Because Naziah, again, she was a little girl. Like, she was only 13. And this has allegedly happened between the years of her life of 11 and 13. So, those messages that we heard, most of them were from 2022. So, that would have made her 12. she has her what's the word I'm looking for? Attention span. You know, she's gonna forget. You know what I'm saying? Like she's or you know, and then she's gonna be rebellious. Like she's gonna be like, you know, and we've seen those videos of Naziah taunting her aunt. I think I found her, you know, we gonna have some pretty, pretty babies. So she's giving like she didn't really, you know, she was standing on her business, you know. So it's like I feel like Naziah was like, shit, I'm not deleting this shit. I don't care. Like I feel like that's was her attitude, you know, like cause you know she was groomed and she, you know, that's the way she felt. But Shannon deleted the messages because she didn't want Naziah because she knew Naziah had a brain to know what was going on. So, in my opinion, there's a reason because they would have asked every time yes or no. Text messages are not a smoking gun, babies. They're not. They're not. Unless you have that person to literally admit. And we heard Jarvis getting interrogated. He admitted to the text messages. So he's screwed right there. Naziah can't talk for herself. So there's a reason. There's a method behind it, or they would have asked every time, which we're gonna take a gander. Because they were trying to show that Shannon is a sicko. Shannon knew. Like, come on, about the text messages about just go give her some dick and come up here. Like that what man, come on, no. Let's listen to these text messages real quick, y'all. And again, I just wanted to talk about the smoking gun. Because it's not about right or wrong in this here America, because this is America. It's about what you can prove in the court of law without a reasonable doubt. Not one. Okay? And when you got 12 jurors, oh, by golly. I would feel a lot better if we had a smoking gun. But as of right now, we have no smoking gun, in my opinion. Except for King's testimony, in my opinion. The sister's testimony, in my opinion. The Ypsilanti broad, her testimony is a kind of a smoking. I feel like that's our best the best, truest, you know, timeline. You know, they fucked it all up, but they all admitted to, and that's the crazy. They all implicated each other by saying they all seen each other that day. So y'all should have had your fucking lies straight, because it doesn't matter. You all admitted. Jarvis Butt's sister admitted on the 9th she saw Naziah. Annette admitted on the 9th she saw Naziah. Shannon on the 9th admitted she saw Naziah. Jarvis Butt admitted that he saw Jarvis Butt on the 9th. King admitted that he saw Naziah Harris on the 9th. That's 5 people that we've heard on the stand admit that they have seen her that day. But they got the whole fucking timeline. But me and Shell Baby agreed. They did that shit on purpose. Because why would they tell the truth? So the cops could get answers, because they don't want that. Because they didn't care about our girl Naziah Harris. Their stories weren't supposed to match up. The timing, everything, because guess what? It causes doubt. Wow. And it's funny, again, why isn't nobody talking about King as much as Jarvis is being talked about, King should be talked about. And Shannon. As much as Shannon's being talked about, King should be talked about. Internet. And at this point, I feel like Marquita, she knew. No, never mind. And Marquita. Yeah, Marquita. Yep. But let's go ahead and listen to these text messages, y'all. And again, these text messages are not a smoking gun. So we have nobody. We have we have no smoking gun. We have some clothes that were, oh man, I don't even want to talk about the clothes. Oh man. We have nothing. So I'm thinking for them to offer a deal and them say no, does the defense know they have nothing? Or do they need nothing because someone's talking and they have a confession? But is a confession a smoking gun? Shell baby, is a confession a smoking gun? I know you'll talk to me. But why to answer, we're gonna go ahead and listen to these text messages real quick. And again, in my opinion, pay attention to the, are those deleted? Yes, no. It's not at everyone. Pay attention to that part, okay, guys? That's what I'm trying to show y'all. You know, as much as some people might not like Kim Worthy, she knows what the fuck she's doing, right or wrong. If she's doing wrong or right, she knows what the fuck she's doing. You know, she does. She does. So let's listen. Hold on, let me get this together. And again, everybody, if you could kindly hit that thumbs up button for yours truly and the biggest M I know. I won't be mad at you. It's free 99. The best part of waking up. Best part. Hold on, y'all. Coming. My bad. In the studio, it's a little bit over here, a little bit over there. You know, when you back here in the studio, can get real multitasky. And I can't see the screen right now, so give me a minute. All right, there we go. There we go. The best part of waking up. Oh. Shout out to my girl, Tina Ripley. Tina Ripley, shout out to you, girl. I'll see you next time when we in court. Tina Ripley, a bad motherfucker. Tina Ripley, bad. She bad. She a bad motherfucker.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
And just for record references, I'm showing her what's going to be proposed, People's Exhibit 48. Ms. Harris, those text messages that you just referenced, do you see those on this page?
Yes.
Okay. And so it's fair to say you stated to Mr. Butts, well, first of all, whose phone number is this at the top?
The phone number is my old telephone number.
Okay, and who is the phone number below that?
Jarvis Butts.
Okay. And is this, I guess, do these fairly and accurately represent these two messages? 3, 4, 6 messages sent between you and Mr. Butts on January 9th, 2024 through January 11th, 2024.
The first page is, yes, it's correct. Second page is correct. Yes,
Okay. And so on January 9th, like you had indicated before, you had stated that you told him that there was still no Tutta.
correct,
Okay. And you said he responded, oh, wow.
correct.
Okay. And on January 11th, was Messiah still missing?
Yes,
Okay. And did you ask Mr. Butts to do something?
At this point, I just asked that if she's going to read from the text message, just omit the exhibit.
I
You have an
can.
issue with moving to admit?
No, Judge.
Okay.
These fairly and accurately represent text messages between you and your phone to Jarvis and his phone between, well, they start back earlier. Some from December 3rd, 2023 through January 21st of 2024. These fairly and accurately represent text messages between
Yes.
you and your phone to Mr. Butts and his phone?
yes,
Okay. Your Honor, I move for the admission of People's Proposed Exhibit 48. Objection.
Okay, they'll be admitted.
Thank you, Judge. So on January 11th, did you ask Mr. Butts to do something?
yes.
And what is it that you asked him to do?
I asked him, can he share the missing flyer on his Facebook page?
Okay. And did you send him a copy of that missing flyer?
Yes,
Okay. And to backtrack just a little bit, on December 3rd, 2023, do you recall sending messages asking Mr. Butts if he needed Messiah for anything?
yes, I do remember.
Okay. So do you remember this text on the first page of People's Exhibit 48?
Yes, I do remember this message.
Okay. And did you send that message?
Yes.
Okay. And what did the message say?
Tada said, do you still need her too?
Okay. And do you know what is that referring to?
It was, Tada had asked me to contact Jarvis and see if he still needed them to clean up.
Okay. And that would be to clean up his shop?
Yes,
Okay. And to fast forward, on January 21st of 2024, you sent some messages to Mr. Butts. Is that fair to say?
yes.
Okay. And can you read these last 3 messages?
These last 3 messages is, to be honest, these messages I seen into the inbox to you, I really don't know what to believe anymore. Stay away, Ramon, I mean it. The next message is, I don't know what to say, or Tada is on. Since this shit doesn't sit right with me, call it what you want, I'm good, period. It says, this for life. Nigga, I thought about it, and you can pass it.
And
And don't call me, no need to explain shit. I already see it.
okay. So you were referencing some messages that you saw in Tada's inbox.
Correct.
Tell me, how did you see some messages? Well, first of all, where these messages, where were they at?
The day of, Officer Gardner came to pick up Naziah's tablet. My mom asked me to put it on the charger. I put it on the charger. Officer Gardner, after that, Officer Gardner called and said she's on her way.
Hearsay.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app with Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
Without saying what.
Okay, I'm sorry. The officer had called and said that they was on their way to come
Still
pick up
hearsay.
the tablet.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Sustained as far as hearsay.
yes, thank you, Judge. Okay, continue.
So the tablet, before the tablet was picked up, I looked inside to this tablet. She has 2 passwords that I normally know So one of them is referenced for her brother's birthday, and the other one is referenced for my password. So I put the first password in, it didn't work. So I put the second password in. So the first thing I went to was Instagram, which I was scrolling. And I seen Jarvis Butt's Instagram page. I clicked on his page, and I seen 2 messages.
Okay, and what were the messages that you saw? Who were they between, first of all?
Naziah, my niece, and Jarvis.
Okay, and what were the messages that you seen?
It was roughly 2 messages that I have seen that I can recall. States,
I'm going to object to this as hearsay. They have not been admitted, and the messages themselves will be the evidence.
Were they of any, were the messages of a sexual nature?
no,
Okay, and you said you saw 2 messages.
yes.
Okay, did you see anything else?
It was two sent pictures, but you can't really make anything out. It wasn't nothing there, but it was a picture was sent.
Okay. What did seeing those messages, what did they cause you to do?
Well, when I seen those messages, I called him
Who's that?
and Jarvis Butts.
Okay,
Called him while he was at work, asked him, what is these messages I seen between you and my niece? And he said, what messages? Said it's 2 particular messages that states out and it's a picture. And he stated that, I don't know, these messages, I told him what the messages were, and he said it was probably our children was messaging him. And I stated no, because I know how our children will text.
okay. And reading those messages, is that what caused you to text
Mr. Butts, yes.
Mr. Butts, in that you've seen the messages in the inbox and you don't really know what to believe anymore?
Correct.
Okay. One second, Rich. So, Sharon, I want to take you back to January 9th. Were you home that day?
Yes.
Okay. And did you see Naziah that day?
I seen her that morning, correct.
Okay. And do you remember what she was wearing at all?
Her coat and her uniform at the time, she had on some blue jeans. I don't really recall the outfit. I just know the coat she had on.
And what was the coat that'll be pictured 34?
They was coming to the house, walking up to the door. When I opened the door, they asked me, Mom said, did Naziah come home? I said no.
Okay.
Yes.
And for the record, this is going to file a police report in the morning.
Correct.
Okay. Did you go with her to file a police report in the morning?
No, it was my older sister.
Okay. Did you do anything on the 10th as it relates to trying to find Naziah?
Yes, we went out, I and some others went out.
Shannon Harris, we know on the 10th you went down to that courthouse and got 2 paternity tests done and did. Why did you go down there on the 10th, the day after your niece allegedly went missing? And then it come to find out the suspect is your baby daddy. And you're down at the courthouse getting fucking paternity tests done. Like, what? Hold on. Is it this one? Hold on. Because, I don't speculate nothing. Right there, y'all. That's where Shannon went down on the 10th. And, these, the genetic test was ordered. And then they are, amended to protect personal identity information. So, Shannon Harris, why did you take your ass down? Never mind. It don't matter. It's going to come out soon. We got 20 days, y'all. We have less than 3 weeks. The 23rd, our girl, the trial starts. I cannot. By golly. Real quick, while we're here, about the trial. As I sit back and prepare myself, this will be my first red rum trial. Let alone it being a red rum trial, but it's about our girl Naziah Harris. And I was in a live with a woman who went to court for Kata Scott, and she said at the prelim for Keon White, she got up on the panel and she was telling us what she heard and what she saw. And when it came down to showing, just like in London Thomas's case, you remember the prosecutor came and showed the FBI guy the pictures of London on the tote and stuff like that. So the judge told everybody that she does not know what the pictures entail, which she didn't. So she's like, I'm gonna give y'all a moment to whoever wants to leave the room can leave. And at that point, she stated that Kata Scott's mother and father got up and left the courtroom. They didn't want to see. She said that she stayed. She said that they showed the picture of the shallow grave. And then she said that they showed the picture, and she said that they were showing a lot of pictures, and the judge kind of was like, okay, like kind of was like, is that enough? Like, is that it? Like, can we be done? Type thing. But she, the woman, her name is Maya B on TikTok. Go follow her, y'all. But she said that she started crying profusely when they showed the picture of Kata Scott. She said that her face was decayed. And she was in the fetal position, and she said that's when it hit her. And so in my eyes, I'm thinking like, damn. Well, we know there's no body, we know there's no pictures and stuff like that. But it's like, I want to know what happened to our girl, but I don't. I do, but I don't. Because I feel like, we already know it's going to be super, super tragic. But it's like, when the define, it does something. We all know that it's going to be bad. But it's different when the define defines the define, This is going to be a long trial. The great thing about living here in the D-Ski, I won't miss one day. I won't miss one day. Oh, yeah. And my buddies in the courthouse, I got to escort in and out of the courthouse every day. Already. So, yours truly will be there guaranteed. For every single day. Every day that the trial is in session, I'll be there. I won't miss a beat. I won't. Not for our girl. But yeah, I just wonder. Because the prelim only gave us 10%. It's like, damn, we got 20 days. And this shit's about to come out. Woo! I'm preparing myself mentally. Y'all better too. It's been a long 2 years. Justice for Naziah Harris, y'all. Justice for Naziah Harris, man. Forever 13. We love you in the spirit, Naziah. You're loved in the spirit.
Out to go get some pictures, made copies. We went to other stores, passed out flyers, and everything that we need to do. Now, what was asked of us to do.
Okay. And since January 9th, 2024, have you seen Naziah?
No.
Since January 9th, 2024, have you heard from Naziah?
No.
What should I do today? We could go for a little walk out by the pool. Oh, I could charm my husband into making some lemonade and then distract him while he does. Then reward.
Pictures.
Got part 4 coming up tomorrow where we're going to look at a few more things as well, and family members.
Pictures. And
text messages, okay? So I'll give another disclaimer when we start that, and trigger warnings and all of that. But I wanted to show you this because it brings us back to, back to the
pictures of murdered people. When I was trying homicide cases for 6 straight years, and as an assistant prosecutor, I would spend hours thinking about the victim whose case I was getting ready to try, wondering how they spent their last weeks, their last days, their last hours, and their last minutes of their lives. What were they thinking about? Did they know that the end was near? And if it was someone they knew, what must they have been thinking as they were shot, stabbed, or whatever mechanism of death was used and confronted them with by the person they knew or loved? I can't imagine the thought that goes through their minds. But it's always, always 1,000 times worse when someone in the dawn of their lives who have begun to live their lives. Because it was taken just a short time before the evidence shows that she was.
Y'all see, she can't even say her name. That's crazy. That's if they have any information on what happened to her because they gave him a plea deal. They offered him a plea deal, Shelly. Right. This shit's gonna be crazy, yeah. I don't know if they have enough information on her. Why would they offer him a plea if they did? Right, that's what I'm saying. That I'm with you. It's like, unless, yeah, well, Kim Worthy, I can't wait to see you do your motherfucking thing. Because by golly. So, let me look it up. I wonder, so, does Jarvis gets to pick if a jury or a judge tries his case? Like, it can't be determined, like, because I know everyone's worried about the jury and, because it's been a long, tainted 2 years. Where are we finding our jury at? But again, if you think about it, if you listen to Uncensored, only, the people that listen to her know about the case because she's the only one who brought awareness. Because, no one talks about it. The news doesn't. No one in Detroit still knows about it. Well, and, I'm going to say one thing. A lot of people here in Detroit really don't know still about Naziah Harris. And it is what it is. That's why your girl is coming for the number 1 spot. And I'm going to be taking the reporting. And I'm going to bring in a lot of reporting for Detroit. Because, yeah, we need better reporting in Detroit. But, yeah.
Never seen or heard from again. It was taken by Naziah herself, a selfie. That's the last known picture that we know about of her. It was pointed out to me by one of the detectives on this case and by one of the prosecutors. She is smiling and waving and saying hello. But little did she know that she was really saying goodbye. We will provide to you
are going to be like, why? Okay, or things like that. The defendant, okay, or
Some common duties that you would.
So I'm in charge of reviewing all the evidence and spearheading the investigations, looking into all the facts and possible suspects and information that's brought to the.
Okay. And what would be some common duties that you would do in partaking in those roles?
When it comes to missing persons, specifically those type of cases?
Yes.
So a missing person case, when someone's reported missing, we always go out to the home, search the home, talk to family, and try to get a good timeline of when that person was last seen, their common habits, where they are supposed to be, has any patterns changed, are they not going to school and not going to work. If the investigation leads us to believe that that person may be in danger or that there's something more to just not coming home, then we start pulling different video and try to look into cell phone data or friends or associates of that specific missing.
And in particular, have you investigated what would be known as a no body case before?
Yes.
Okay, and what does it mean to be a no body case?
That would be a missing person that we have come to the conclusion is a victim of a homicide. However, we were unable to locate or recover the body.
Okay, and how?
Pause right there. So we just hear lead and investigator motherfucking Shizzy Shannon Jones say, let me run it back real quick.
Seen their common habits where they are the investigation since I had various assignments. So I'm in charge of reviewing all the evidence. The investigation leads us to believe that that person may be in danger or that there's something more to just not coming home. Then we start pulling different video and try to look into cell phone data or friends or associates of that specific missing.
And in particular, have you investigated what would be known as a no body case before?
Yes.
Okay, and what does it mean to be a no body case?
That would be a missing person that we have come to the conclusion is a victim of a homicide.
So she says, a missing person victim who we have came to the conclusion but how did you come to that conclusion, Shannon Jones? But again, we only got 10%. But they obviously have some shit to come to that conclusion, right, Shell Baby? I mean, the conclusion can't be, oh, her body, we don't have a body, she hasn't been, no activity in a year, no one's seen her. That can't be enough for a conclusion. By golly, I hope not.
However, we were unable to locate or recover the body.
Okay, and how does that kind of investigation
Seen their common habits where they are supposed to be, has seen their patrol.
Okay, and how long were you there?
I've been on the department for a total of 24 years.
Okay.
So throughout the prior years to missing persons, I had various assignments.
And what is your role in this case?
I'm the officer in charge.
What does it mean to be an officer in charge?
So I'm in charge of reviewing all the evidence and spearheading the investigations, looking into all the facts and possible suspects and information that's brought to the case and to compile it together.
Okay. And what would be some common duties that you would do in partaking those roles?
When it comes to missing persons, specifically those type of cases?
Yes.
So a missing person case, when someone's reported missing, we always go out to the home, search the home, talk to family, and try to get a good timeline of when that person was last seen.
Shannon Jones, you know everything that you're supposed to do. Why didn't you do any of that? And why were you the lead investigator? You know, justice for Anisha Harris, y'all. Anisha Harris went missing in 1993. She was wearing Nikes too. No one knew anything. Nothing. They knew that she liked to bite her nails though, and that she had keloids behind her ears. And then they knew that she had on jeans. And they said that she was 19. And then they knew that she skipped school and went over to her brother's girlfriend's house, but don't know the brother's girlfriend's house, and no one knows nothing. But why are you, Miss Shannon Jones, the lead investigator on that case? I'll wait. By golly. Shell Baby with the wrench. My Shell Baby with the wrench. That all that bullshit evidence, they cannot come up to the conclusion that she's gone just because there is no body. That's what I'm saying. They can't. Especially Shell Baby with the wrench. Especially with the evidence we have that, you know, Roxy and Mike D and Bari and Sorry and Charlie and Gnarly, Mo, Dick and Harry found the fucking evidence. And then the detective says that she cannot pick up every piece of clothing out there, and Lee does not pick the evidence up, leaves it there, and barks it with coordinates. I've never in my life. Detroit, Shannon, y'all blew OJ out the water when Johnny Crockett said, If it doesn't fit, you must have quit. By golly, you guys, what? And then you got a call from Vari, who has no credentials. Oh my goodness. Like, I never in my fucking life have I heard of this type of police work. By golly. Shell Baby with wrench. She says, LOL. Right, the shoe don't match. The shoes don't match the shoes she had on. All this evidence fake they found. Man, yeah, the pink one jumpsuit, the black hoodie. But we heard Shannon say she was wearing her uniform in blue jeans, and we heard Miss Annette say she was wearing blue jeans. I cannot wait. I'm ready. We got 20 days, yo. Oh man, first couple days are gonna be just jury selection. They need to get that shit on and popping now. Remember y'all, we were supposed to go to trial March 7th, 2025. We were supposed to go to trial again in August 2025. Then we were postponed again for October 2025. Then we were supposed to go to trial. Oh no, now we're here in February. This shit makes me nervous. It's been a long 2 years, man. It's been a long 2 years. No real update. And the longer the time goes by, the longer we see the family just unravel and tell everything. Because by golly, loose lips sink ships. Woo-wee! Sometimes in life, you guys, if you plant a good enough seed, it'll grow a really pretty flower. You just got to do it the right way. If you know, you know. Let's keep listening, by golly.
Common habits where they are supposed to be? Has any patterns changed? Are they not going to school and not going to work? If the investigation leads us to believe that that person may be in danger or that there's something more to just not coming home, then we start pulling different video and try to look into cell phone data or friends or associates of that specific missing.
And in particular, have you investigated what would be known as a no body case before?
Yes.
Okay, and what does it mean to be a no body case?
That would be a missing person that we have come to the conclusion is a victim of a homicide. However, we were unable to locate or recover the body.
Okay, and how does that kind of investigation differ, if at all, from another investigation that you would do?
It's a little tougher. You need to go through and kind of be able to show and establish that this person is no longer with us today. When you have a body, it's obvious, then you can come to the conclusion and work your case that way.
So obviously they've established something because they have charged Jarvis Butts with first-degree premeditated red rum. Per Shannon Jones, the lead investigator on the stand, under oath. Let's keep listening.
So on a no-body case, you're trying to find any signs of life, any evidence to show that there might have been some possible danger or some assault that may have happened to this person.
So they look for any sign of life, and then they look for any sign of assault that might have took place, right? Now, okay. Remember, y'all, I 2 years ago, when I watched the prelims 1,700 times, I could still watch it, and I've learned so much. I think if I watch it maybe a good 2 more times, I'm gonna graduate law school, Shell Baby with the wrench says, but if they believe that they would not have offered him a deal, he would have been charged, right? That's a good point, Shell Baby. That's why I said, you heard me say, the lead investigator, Shannon Jones, the one I'm staying under oath, because, by golly, what are y'all talking about? Because, Shell Baby, when you heard about the offer, were you shocked? Because, by golly, when I was in the courtroom and they said that, I almost fell out the bench. Because they led us to believe. Remember, Makepeace said, when I was in that courtroom, y'all can go, I got the testimony, the transcript. Makepeace said, this is the first case he's ever had with so much discovery. He said this was in his whole career. This case right here, he's never had so much discovery, and that's when he was asking in October. In September, when they moved the court case to February. Makepeace stated his whole career, he's never had a case that's had so much discovery. And he didn't want to try the case twice, so he needed more time. So I'm like, oh yeah, they got a lot. They got a lot. Remember, they had to go down to the they couldn't send the some of the discovery through the mail because of the details that it entailed, because it would be considered, sending children corn through the mail, and they're prosecutors, by golly, they can't do that. So the defense had to go down to the prosecution to check out some evidence. Then we heard about 300 more fucking jailhouse recordings. It was all in the transcripts. Just to come back and say we would like to extend. I'll never forget that shit. I'll never forget it. I was like, what? Makepeace stood up and said, at this time, we would like to extend an offer. I said, what? And then when he said the offer, he said for our girl, case ending 218, Naziah Harris, he was charged with first degree premeditated red rum and 4 counts of CSC. They said drop every CSC charge. And we'll drop second degree and give you second degree for our girl NH. Case ending in 218. For case ending in 323, which is PB, he was charged with 4 more CSC charges. They said drop all those charges but one. Next victim. Case number ending in 478, which is our girl JW. He also picked up 4 more CSC charges. Dropped every charge but one. Then AD, case ending in 641. 461. Or 641, my bad. 641, my bad. AD, he caught another 4 charges of CSC. Drop every charge but one. Then we have case ending in 236, which is our girl MJ. He caught 4 more CSC charges. Drop every charge but one. Now, at that time, our girl JB, case ending in 461. She was not a part of the deal yet. So, I can't speak on that. So, we have 6 victims altogether. 1 isn't a part of the deal. That's 5. 5 times 4, that's 20 CSC charges. And the deal is only saying 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop all Naziah's and the 4, only 1. So he went from 20 CSC charges to 4. Wow. Wow. Shell Baby, very, 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 very great point. Again, I don't understand why they offered a deal. That's what blew me. But maybe this is to throw us off. So, cause you know, we've been on, you know, this internet. You know how this internet can be, and they're probably sick of our asses. Especially people calling up there every day for this, that, and the third. Kenyatta Reed. Salute, salute. Thank you for pulling up on yours truly and the biggest M. I know, you know, I know you're being real smooth with it, real cool with it. And most importantly, I know you being real true with it. So yeah, that's what that part right there, that's where we're all just, yeah, I get it. That's where we're all just super duper confused. Let's keep listening. Oh, Shell Baby said, right. Absolutely. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, guys, I was just appalled. And then when Cheryl Quick stood her ass up and said, at this time, we're gonna decline. That's when I really fell out this fucking bitch. I said, oh, what the fuck? Mind blowing. But let's keep listening real quick.
Now, I'm sorry, when did you get the case of Naziah Harris?
So it was first requested to me on February 12th. I received the email. It was just kind of asked me to look into the case. It wasn't at our building yet or at our department.
So the fucking police in Detroit didn't get this case about a little girl that ran away until 33 days after she was allegedly last seen. What are we talking about? And you know, guys, I don't think she even went missing on the 9th. I think she went. The timelines is off. I think she went missing before the 9th. That's just my my observation. Because, like, why did they keep marking her present for school? Not only one day, but and then it goes to show now we can't trust the fucking attendance records. Because you guys do know that was the first day back from Christmas break, January 9th, for all Detroit public schools and charter schools, right? You know how they get that 2-week little break? That was the first day back from winter break, y'all. That was the first day back. Did you guys know that? Right, I know. It don't. And then listen, guys. Shell Baby, were you in here last night when I showed y'all the map and stuff? And then how listen, remember, Naziah Harris was on the ground crying in excruciating pain. So how the fuck could she walk 4 miles to be by Angel's liquor store in the totally opposite direction of Jarvis Butt's shop? Per King's testimony. But I thought she was on the ground. Remember? How the fuck did she walk that long? I mean, I get it. Like, that's a long walk for a baby carrying a baby. In bad weather. Exactly, in freezing cold weather. Because, again, per King Cordell Wright's testimony, he said that it was cold outside and she kept turning on and off the truck, and that's why it ran out of gas. Because, again, it was 30-mile-an-hour winds that day. It was freezing, and we got a storm that in the early hours, like from midnight until like 8 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I want to say 9 a.m. It went all the way till. So, yeah. It don't make no fucking sense. And then it's crazy because they count, but then it's like, why did, the Jaguar broad on the stand, she implicated that she seen Naziah that day too. I forgot. So I'm trying to write down. We got she implicated she saw Naziah on the 9th. King's people. King said he seen Naziah on the 9th. Tatiana Butts said she seen Naziah Harris on the 9th. Shannon Harris and Annette Harris seen Naziah Harris last on the 9th. Okay. Jarvis Butts even admitted it. Finally, after he lied and lied and lied in them interrogation rooms. So we have 5 people because, Tatiana, Lucretia, they attested they didn't even know who Naziah Harris was. But these other 5 all saw her, and it came out of their own mouth. All 5 of them implicated themselves. If you go back and watch the whole thing, those are the only 5 people that were the last 5 people to see. It's very telling. Just think about it. They're the last 5 people, and they said it out of their own mouth that they saw Naziah Harris on the 9th. This is some crazy fucking work, huh? It's very crazy.
And I have reached out to Lieutenant Harris from DPS to kind of ask for an update on where they were, kind of see how the case was progressing and any evidence that they may have had.
Okay. So after that, how did it come about that you got this case?
So after meeting and discussing with Lieutenant Harris and reviewing the different things, it was determined that there had been enough suspicious possible.
Okay, so we got Anisha Harris. Just a coincidence. We got George Harris. Gets on the stand. Just a coincidence. There was another Harris we were talking about the other day. Because it's a common name. Huh. Okay. I'm listening.
Things connected to her being gone. Number one, she's never been missing before. There's been no updates on any of her social media, which is very uncommon for a young child or juvenile. They're addicted to those. There had been a last known contact that she had possibly met somebody, is what we were informed, that there was a text message for her to be picked up, and that would have been the same day that she went missing.
So when you first officially received this case, what is it that you do right off the bat?
So this case was a little different because we kind of had to go back. We were already a month behind. She went missing January 9th, and now...
Hold on. Interesting. Shannon Jones just said it. We had to go back. What do I keep telling y'all? In this case, we have to go back. It started behind, and we're always gonna have to go back. Damn, I'm getting my criminal justice is. Y'all gonna see yours truly reporting for Detroit. Don't mind me with my bulletproof vest and stuff. Don't laugh at me either, or do.
It's February 12th. We start kind of now that we can focus in on what we should look for. We then went and picked up Mr. Wright and brought him.
Tell me about one of them. We're going to go through them, but start with one of them.
Okay. So after we didn't find anything, and some of them start overwriting, look for a different video that we may be able to recover close to the intersection that we believed would be a good starting point in that search area.
And did you recover, or were you able to recover anything or find anything from the Ypsilanti area?
We did find some video that was eventually pulled from a gas station.
And what was, I guess, the condition of that video?
So the video is from a gas station. It shows the intersection, I believe it's Michigan and Carpenter, which is actually, I think that is like a Springfield township. It's kind of like a little small city just outside of the county. At that point, we didn't know exactly what we're looking for, so we just kind of pulled like the window that we knew the devices were out there, specifically Jarvis Butt's device that was out there. So we kind of just pull all of that video before we lose it. And then as we gather more information, we can kind of go back and look at the video to see if there's something now that we can focus in on what we should look for.
Okay. Now, that brings up a good point. You said you're a month behind on this investigation.
Yes.
So, that, fair to say, being a month behind would cause you to potentially lose critical pieces of evidence.
Yes.
Okay, and some of those pieces of evidence, fair to say, could be videos.
Correct.
Okay. Why would it be that you would be losing those videos?
So most video systems, and every business is different. You got Greenlight, you have businesses and people that have their own residential cameras or private cameras, and it'll vary. Some of them.
Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. This summer, I installed 4 cameras. The brand from Walmart. I think it was like Haness. Or something like that. High-Knees or something like that. I installed them bitches, right? Crispy clear. It came with a DVR. And it holds the recording, any motion, any from that day for a whole year. And it only cost me $200. So you can't tell me them $1 billion, I don't know, I guess it is the east side, I guess, so I don't know. But it's literally $200. And it comes with the DVR and it holds for a whole year. So we're about to hear how the video that, they allegedly found got lost. They fumbled all this shit.
Start overwriting in 48 hours. Some of them is a week. Some may last up to a month. It just depends on how large their system is and how much data it can hold.
And is that a struggle that you encountered in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And where is it that you encountered that?
So there's several cameras and videos throughout the entire route of travel that later in the investigation we were able to identify. But as we identified those locations and went to see if video was still able to be there, it had already been overwritten or was not available.
Now, I want to take you back. You did the search in Ypsilanti. Did you do any other searches?
Oh, pick me. Question. So if you knew you were already 33 days to be exact behind, you have no time to fucking lack, broad. Talking about, we were gonna go back. Blah, 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 blah. No, bitch, you should have got that evidence and took it. It's about a baby girl out here missing. And then you're gonna hear talk about, I can't pick up every fucking piece of clothing there is. Yes, the fuck you can. That's your job. Or you better have your workers because you're the boss. It is involving a baby girl that is allegedly pregnant. And she's only 13. Where's your integrity? Where is your motherfucking heart? Where is your passion? Because the job you do, baby, is not just a job.
Kind of immediately at that time.
Yes.
tell me about one of them. We're gonna go through them, but start with one of them.
Okay. So after we didn't find anything in Ypsilanti, I kind of got to go backwards a little bit and go back to who we had known was the last contact with her, which was Mr. Butts. So we did a search warrant for his home. Later, I believe it was like later that night, 13th into the 14th, we had kind of worked all the way through.
Okay.
We did a search warrant to obtain his cell phone so we could try to do an extraction. We contacted the jail to look through his property. There was no cell phone in the property. We then ordered the jail calls to see if there was any conversations, anybody that he had talked to. We knew that he had turned himself in on February 7th. As we started to listen to those jail calls, there was a call where he had asked his shop partner, Cordell Wright, to retrieve a phone out of a vehicle. We then went and picked up Mr. Wright and brought him down to our headquarters to talk to him about the cell phone. He did confirm and he acknowledged the phone call. He said that vehicle came up there was a Tahoe, Tashi's vehicle, Tashiana, and that he had looked in the back seat and tried to find where the phone was that Mr. Butts kind of described where he had hid it in this vehicle. He said that he was unable to locate it. So at that point, we then did a workup on Tashiana to find out where she lived, what type of vehicle she had. It matched the description that he kind of described. We did a search warrant for her home in an attempt to locate the cellular device and any other possible evidence that may help us and direct us to where Neziah is.
Okay, so I'm gonna backtrack.
It's actually amazing that they were able to find that phone. Apparently it was hidden in the vehicle behind the back seat or something. He probably stashed it somewhere. But his business partner didn't find it. And yet law enforcement, when they impounded the vehicle, were able to find that phone, which is how they got so much data, which is how they...
Processed under the search warrant.
Okay.
I was given to Detective Markle, where she processed that. We then continued, we had searched the residence on Wilshire, we had searched Neff, we also executed a search warrant at 9000 Connor.
And what's 9000 Connor?
9000 Connor is the location that was...
And she had a vehicle there that matched the description that Cordell Wright had given you?
Yes.
Okay, and would that have been a Chevy Suburban?
Yes.
Okay, and then you subsequently searched that vehicle?
Yes.
And what is it that you found in that vehicle?
Listen carefully, y'all. She just said a Tahoe, now she's saying a Suburban. Let's keep listening.
I found in that vehicle a iPhone 11, and it was in the exact area that Mr. Butts had described to his shop partner Cordell, where it would be located.
Okay. And that phone, okay, so ultimately, after you do that, what's the next step that you took?
Well, we had to identify that was the actual correct phone. It was in the right place, but we still needed to get it to our headquarters and download it. We had the phone there. We made a call to 911 from that phone in order to see what the identification number was to try to verify, so we weren't just taking random phones. It did come back to Jarvis Butt's phone number that we were looking for. The phone was then placed on evidence and taken to our base.
And what's the next thing that you did after that?
So after that, the phone now is getting processed under the search warrant.
Okay.
It is given to, I was given to Detective Markle, where she processed that. We then continued, we had searched the residence on Wilshire, we had searched Neff, we also
So she just said, "What's up, Miss Jackson? Ooh, are you for real? I know you being real smooth out here and especially real cool, you know." She just said they executed searches at Wilshire, Neff, and 9000 Connors. What did you search at Neff? What's on Neff? What? Interesting. Let's keep listening, because then I'm going to show y'all something real quick. We're going to take a little commercial break, and we're going to go on a little, I'm going to show y'all something. On the good old map. And trust me, I worked on my twisting skills, because I know I was struggling last night with the twisting, but, you know, practice makes perfect.
executed a search warrant at 9000 Connor.
And what's 9000 Connor?
9000 Connor is the location that was identified that Jarvis Butts worked at with his shop partner.
Okay. And
Somebody's asking shop partner.
With the fur hood.
You know, when it's coming.
Tatiana was in the hospital when we had executed the search warrant at her house. I had a conversation with her.
Okay, listen and we shall receive. Tatiana must live on Neff, because she just said we executed 3 search warrants on Wilshire, Neff, and 9000 Connors. We know Jarvis lived at Wilshire. We know that the shop is a shop. So obviously, God, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Miss Jackson, where's the lady that said she was Jarvis's first victim? She's been quiet. Did they gag her? Are you talking about the one that's the Saginaw story, Miss Jackson? The one that very first hit Tootie's platform, and then she hit who else platform did she hit? Shit. I think the one MG something, and then another one. I can't remember. Are you talking about her? It's funny you asked that question. Because she definitely does not have a gag order. Mark D definitely has a gag order.
On the phone while we were there, her children were there. I scheduled an interview for her later. I believe it might have been like the next day or two later that she came down to headquarters. We had interviewed Cordell at that time, and now we're just kind of going through everything that we had at that moment to try to take the next steps.
okay. When about do you?
You just heard her. So we interviewed King so we could try to figure out to take the next steps. Okay? Let's keep breaking this Buffy down.
Well, what about is Mr. Butts interviewed for the first time?
Just quickly pausing there. Mystic Angel says blue and white.
Stop in Clinton Township.
Sure that you see.
There's a parking lot where it has like a big building stop in Clinton Township.
Sure that you see.
Gone out to back and forth before by Detective Mays and Detective Johnson regarding the text message about meeting to be picked up.
Okay. Now,
on the 12th, the 13th, we executed all the search warrants. On the 14th, Mr. Butts, I believe it was the 14th, he was brought down to headquarters, or the 15th. I would have to look.
okay, and that's okay. There's be just a couple days after you get the case.
Yeah.
Okay. Based on Mr. Butts' first interview, which your Detective Mays here testify about, did you do anything based off of that interview?
So based on that interview, we had obtained the text now, which was turned over to us from DPS, which was the initial, I believe it was like maybe 1 week's worth of text now, so like the very end of December into the 1st of January. So during that interview was when it was asked by Detective Mays and Detective Johnson regarding the text message about meeting to be picked up.
Okay. Now, if you know, can you estimate about how many search warrants did you execute?
Probably over 20. Throughout the entire, it has to be over 20.
Hang in there for the text messages. I just wanted to make sure that you see this part of how they got there.
And what kind of searches were done in this case in general?
So we searched, as far as like land searches,
All kinds.
all kinds. Well, we searched Ypsilanti as we did our workup, and we're looking at different locations that Mr. Butts had been to. We identified an area out in Clinton Township that he had gone onto the land, so you have to actually search the land a couple hundred feet, and some places that the water has pulled debris. We searched the homes, as I said.
So you can hear.
Onto the land, so you have to actually load. So when we went out there, it wasn't as easy to search on the southwest corner. As we did our work, headquarters, or the 15th, I would have to look.
Okay, and that's okay. So it'd be just a couple days after you get the case.
Yes.
Okay. You know, based on Mr. Butt's first interview, which your Detective Mays here testify about, did you do anything based off of that interview?
So based on that interview, we had obtained the text now, which was turned over to us from DPS, which was the initial, I believe it was like maybe 1 week's worth of text now, so like the very end of December into the 1st of January. So during that interview was when it was asked by Detective Mays and Detective Johnson regarding the text message about meeting to be picked up.
Okay. Now, if you know, can you estimate about how many search warrants did you execute?
Probably over 20. Throughout the entire, it has to be over 20.
Hang in there for the text messages. I just wanted to make sure that you see this part of how they got there.
And what kind of search?
So Jarvis Butt's phone pinged out in Clinton Township, y'all. Shannon did not live out in Clinton Township at that time. You know, he has another baby mama that lives out in Clinton Township. Oh, and by the way, he also has a baby mother that lives within 15 minutes of where his phone pinged for, I think it was like the longest, like, was it 2 hours or something? Latasha Pettis, which, she lives right across the street from a cemetery. Yeah. Latasha Pettis was, his second baby mama. She got her DNA test, in the year of 2010, 2 years before he got out of prison. She lives, if he would have walked, 15 minutes away. 15 minutes away. We're going to take a little commercial break, and I want to show y'all something. All right, y'all. So, right now, that blue line, I feel like I just wanted to give y'all better because, like, my finger and stuff last night probably didn't suck. Probably sucked. So, the blue line, we have, that's the shot. That's Jarvis Butt's shot, okay? The route that, you can see is via Harper Avenue. Then you're gonna hit Hay Street and then Kelly Road, which that's where, Angel's Liquor Store is at, okay? Now, hold on. If y'all can see this blue little thing right above that where the orange location ends, the Home Depot. You see that in the blue writing? Right. And then, Miss Jackson, I was saying, listen to this. So, until I rewatched, you know, it really dawned on me. It was Sharvin. Sharvin, I'm dead. It was Shannon and Jarvis were the only two that, internet, that implicated. Oh wait, and Tashiana Butts. Oh my goodness, guys, what the hell? And King. Those 5 people all came out of their mouth, and then the lady out in Yipsy, she saw those 6 people testified that they seen Naziah Harris on the 9th. They all did say that, but it wasn't like, you know, Jarvis Butts and Naziah left, you know, Cordell in old girl's house and 2 people saw them leave or anything like that. Only Cordell Wright was the last person besides Jarvis Butts. If we go down the timeline. Yeah, they all did say that they saw her on the 9th, but if we go down the timeline, King was the last one next to Jarvis Butts to last see our girl, Naziah Harris. How do you guys feel about that? Am I full of shit? So, we see Connors, that's the route. Okay, that's where the liquor store's at. So then again, they went to Home Depot. Remember? And then they said they were coming down. And they saw Naziah. And they turned into angels right here. Okay? Okay, give me one moment. Everybody got that picture? Everybody got that? Like, okay. And again, let me tell y'all this. It's a 9-minute drive. It would be an hour and 26 minutes to walk there, a 24-minute bike ride, and a 47-minute bus ride. Okay? All right. Now, guys, this right here is the shop to Naziah Harris's house on Bedford. But I'm going to go to her bus stop, okay? But that's her house. And another thing I actually want to show y'all. Let's go in. Where did Okay, hold on. Okay, everybody. So, you see these double lines, that's Auto Drive, right? Okay, we got Auto Drive. You see 3 Mile right here, right? This where my mouse is. This is 3 Mile. Okay, look. This is Cornwell right here where my mouse is. So this is the corner. Naziah Harris, right here is Naziah Harris's bus stop. Okay? So we can say basically for a landmark right here where it says 3 Mile Drive. That is her bus stop. That's the corner of Cornwell. So she would get off the bus. She would come down this road, take a right, and be at home. Okay? So now we have the distance from Angel's liquor store from Naziah Harris's house, which I can show y'all. Remember briefly. Where's our 3 mile? On my land marker. Right here's her bus stop. Right here where this mouse is. So we could just say, looking, it's just a little diagonal from the red dot. That's the bus stop. Then that's her house. So right there in that vicinity. That is the distance. It would take her an hour and 19 minutes to walk there, because remember, the auto store, Home Depot's right here. They were done. They were cruising down Kelly and allegedly saw Naziah right here and then turned into Angel's liquor store. So that means she walked that's pretty much damn near the whole way there for you to see her and then be able to turn into Angel. So she walked damn near the whole hour and 19 minutes after getting off the bus at approximately 3:05, 3 o'clock. So that puts you at an hour would be 4:05. We need to add 19 minutes. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So that's 4:24. Huh. But I thought she was in pain. Rolling on the floor and needed help and needed the counselor. And again, remember, it was freezing cold that day. They ran out of gas because Naziah kept turning the truck on because it was very cold. It was 30 miles an hour wind. Okay? By golly. This is super interesting. And then let's go back to this. Now, I'm going to ask y'all a question. Okay? Remember, here's Home Depot. Here's our landmark to help us. Home Depot, Angel's Party Store. It says it right there. Okay? If our girl Naziah Harris was walking to Jarvis's butt shop, how in the fuck did they see her? Per Cordell Wright testimony. Yeah, I'll wait. Miss Jackson, are you still in here? I know, I'm about to end it, but, oh, and then another thing I wanted to show y'all. Let's do this. Okay, now guys, I just put in Wilshire Drive. Remember, Jarvis Butts registered Angel lived on Wilshire, okay? You notice 9,000 Connors, you see Ravendale Wade, then you're going to see Wilshire Drive. That's where Jarvis Butts lived. He lived pretty much right behind the shop. He lived about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks behind the shop. So that's how far he lived from Naziah's house, which was 10 minutes. It would take, in walking distance, it would take an hour and 4 minutes to get there, 18 minutes to ride a bike. It's 3.5 miles. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So then let me do this. Now we're going to go this. Because Tatiana, they searched Tatiana because they had to get the phone and she was in the hospital. By golly. That's Neff, okay? And remember, that red dot is where our girl Naziah Harris and Shannon Harris, the Jarvis Butts baby mama, that's how far apart her and Tatiana. And then, you know, her and Four Eyes on the stand. Hold on. And then hold on. All right. So that's how far Tatiana lived. Okay, let's see. Let me put in well, actually, let me do this. Belford, Render. Now remember, what did I tell y'all? You see, you can still see the Home Depot right there with the house right there. Where that little red circle is, that is where the Park Crest Inn is at. And then where that Wendy's is at, right behind it, is where Angel's Liquor Store is located. And right in this vicinity between Harper Woods and Ross, right here, Harper Woods, in this first intersection right here is where Najing or Regine, whatever the fuck her name is, like almost parallel with this Wendy coming to this blue line between Harper Woods and this, pretty much this green little dot right here. That's where Najing lived. And then our girl Naziah Harris lives right where this like black writing, this top black writing is. If you see that first 94, let me go and point it at you. You see this 94? Our girl Naziah lives right in this area. Oh, wait, no. She lives... Sorry, because, yeah, come down here. Naziah lives right in here, y'all. So we got Tatiana living down the street. Then we got Lucretia living down the street. Then we got the Park Crest Inn right down the street. Najing living right down the street. Let's see how far of a walk it would have been from the crib for Naziah to walk to Park Crest Inn. 4546 Bedford. Oh, this was her shortest walk, and it took an hour to get to the Park Crest Inn to walk it. A 7-minute drive, but an hour to walk it. And again, guys, look. This Park Crest Inn is right here by the Home Depot they went to and the Angel's Liquor Store that they pulled into. shit's about to get real. Again, I don't think Shannon did anything to Naziah besides not be there for her, neglect her and her daughters, and just be a nasty, nasty individual that she is. But I don't think, I don't think that she unalived her. I think she might have helped. She knew, they knew, hell yeah. But, I think Jarvis did unalive our girl. Thank you, Shell Baby. I hope that made sense to everybody. It's hard, with the map. I really hope it did. If it didn't, I was like, let me try to highlight it with the blue lines, because I know yesterday I was trying to run my finger and, so hopefully the blue lines did help. This is crazy work, yo. Crazy work. Thank you for those kind words again. Thank you everybody who pulled up on yours truly. Yeah. Justice for Naziah, y'all. Justice. Shell Baby says, I still have a question about who did it because he didn't harm anybody else. Why her? Yeah. I don't know. I'm ready for this trial. Maybe it's because, Naziah was someone, she seemed like she was one to stand on her 10 and she wasn't complying. And, maybe because it was said, Jarvis Butts was using, rack, and maybe he is the one, because again, remember, there's a little bit of truth. That recording that came out, Jarvis's brother, maybe those details are correct, but maybe it's not Shannon who did it. A little bit of truth in every lie. I think, definitely, I don't think that there's any selling of the children and trafficking. I don't. I do think that Anisha was the same as Naziah. She was one to stand up, and they, back then in the day, it was a lot easier to get away with it. But I don't think that there's like several. I think the seventh child, Anisha Harris, had to be a sacrifice, and now our girl Naziah Harris, because obviously the sacrifice to break the generational curse didn't work for the Harris, Gamble, Wim, whatever family, I don't know. So now they're gonna try it again. God's trying it again, and unfortunately Naziah had to be the sacrificial lamb this time. So I think all that, it's not as deep as that. I feel like they were all nasty. I feel like, yeah, the church was nasty and they were doing nasty shit in the church, but they weren't they weren't trafficking these kids. They were just doing nasty things with them, in my opinion. I hope the curse can be broken. Shell Baby says, how do we know that's really his brother? Exactly. And I want to let you know, me and some other people cracked. There's 2 pages on here that people, Casey the bodyguard and a girl named Pebbles, Lost and Unlost. She's over on Facebook. Lost and Lured. They're hiding behind voices. And guess where I think? And they work with Parker and stuff like that. And I'll be damned. If you know, you know. Casey the bodyguard, you're out here spreading awareness. Why do you have to use a voice machine to alter your voice to have a page on YouTube? So he has the equipment for voice altering and recordings and things. Yeah, Casey the bodyguard does. So I feel like that was a play ran by Parker and Roxy. Yeah, that was a play. And they had the equipment from KC. We don't know it was his brother. You're damn right, Shell Baby. Because it wasn't his brother. It was somebody talking and they altered the voice. They're really weird. A group of these content creators, yeah. I don't know who. It's not that serious to alter your voice and then run all these plays on. Oh, you mean like all the stuff that's been going on the last 2 years, all the plays, all the stories, like the hanger, the brother recording, like and then it went from the brother and then to the jailhouse. It was a jail inmate, and then the brother. There's so much shit floating around. If I was y'all, I would take it, put it in the toilet, and flush it down the toilet. Cause I'm telling you, it's all lies. It was all serious to some people. A mockery shit. They did a whole mock trial. They mocked this baby girl's trial. That says everything. Every story, unless that's why again, only real update, not even the news. I don't even believe the news about all that evidence. As of right now, today, I'm going off only the motherfucking preliminary hearing from 2025 and then November of 2024. That's it and that's all. I will not go off anything else. Nothing. Until we go to trial. So if we talk about Naziah, we're going to be talking about the preliminary. That's it and that's all. Because it's about her. And I can't wait till after this trial is over. Because guess what we're going to do? By golly. It's going to be dragon season for probably 3 months. We're going to talk so much shit. Yes, we are, because the case is going to be closed. And I'm going to have a lot to say. And I'm sure all of y'all are too. But when this case is closed, by golly, we are going to be talking so much shit. And to everybody that compromised the integrity of our girl Naziah Harris's case, or hindered her investigation. All right, y'all. It's all love over here, y'all. It's real over here, y'all. Until next time, all of y'all be real smooth with it, real cool with it, and most importantly, as true as you can be with it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hecky, yeah. And my big M boys. Peace. Good night, shell baby. Sweetest dreams to you. Salute to a humble queen. Come on.
Is your heart still mine? I wanna cry sometime. everything for one another. Now you're gone and I'm lost without you here now. But I know I gotta live and make it somehow. Come back to me. Can you feel me? Hear me calling for you. 'Cause it's too long and I'm lost without you. Said I've been needing you. Ooh, I'm saying who's been with you? Is your heart still mine? I wanna cry sometime. Now I'm sitting here thinking about you and the days we used to share. It's driving me crazy. I don't know what to do. I'm just wondering if you still care. I don't wanna let you know that it's killing me. I know you got another life. You gotta concentrate, baby. Come back to me. Can you feel me? Calling for you. 'Cause it's too long and I'm lost without you. What am I gonna do? Said I've been needing. Won't take you, baby. Is your heart still mine? No. I wanna cry sometime. I miss you. It's been too long and I'm lost without you. What am I gonna do? I've been needing you, wanting you. You're the same and who's been with you? Is your heart still mine? Yeah. I miss you. I miss you. No more, no. Since you went away, I don't really feel like talking. No, no. Understand me. I can't do a thing without you. It's been too long. I'm lost without you. Tell me what I'm gonna do.
Said I've been needing you.
Wondering if you're the same and who's been with you. Is your heart still mine? Yeah, yeah. Oh, baby. I'm lost without you. Oh, wondering if you're the same and who's been with you. Hey, oh, baby. Oh,
Help bring Janiyah McMichael Rogers home on the 11th going into the 12th of this month. She'll be gone for 18 months. No one's seen her. Her father, that's who you see. Say a prayer for him. Pray for her father. Pray for all the family. But pray for her father. If you can. Help bring Janiyah McMichael Rogers home. Salute y'all.